It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to the flat. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down coming up.
And the Canes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Canes want to move quickly.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense...
Oh, a lot of space. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
Moving away from pressure. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
He's got it. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And the Canes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
It's Callaway. That's caught. It's Chambers. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Well, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Grabbed behind the line, it's Jones. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
He wants to throw it again. Unloads it left. Got his man. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on third down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to pass, it's Callaway. It's complete to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Would have just been a 47-yard field goal attempt from here, but they're thinking touchdowns and trying to move the chains here on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Does a short pass to the tight end. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Turning it on! Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The throw to the outside is complete. He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Then man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver. Is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Callaway. Get it out on the screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the ball.
It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defend everywhere. It's a turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball in your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Makes a move. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. That's reeled in. It's Fowler. At the 35, he's loose. It's a seam wide open. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Hurricane. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Callaway. Firing to the right, complete. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this defense was ready for go-longs against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. He's not afraid to go deep. Hauls it in.
Well, that's one the defender would love to have back. Great coverage there in the corner route. That's a 50-50 ball. He just has to do a better job high-pointing it at the top. The receiver beat him to the ball and made a big play.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats.
Kentucky, 3.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Grabbed behind the line. It's Chambers. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Finds space on the right. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one, the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
They'll run it. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky! It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. And the Hurricanes will hustle to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Gives it on the option. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. Big play. Takes him into territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He wants to take the top off. It's complete. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going on that. Nice job.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say there he goes. Got the first down, looking for more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They'll give it to him again. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Callaway. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Kentucky.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Makes the grab on the left. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The toss to the outside. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Got the big tight end on the corner route. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Making side adjustments here. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Oh, they're after him. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Oh, those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick, and we start taking this the other direction, and we take points off the scoreboard.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Extending the play. On the run, deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's Callaway. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Going for the big play. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Hurricanes will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Callaway. It's complete on the right side. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Off to the races to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Number 20.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll oh, he's got some space. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating.
Turns on the Jets. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Gets the back moving. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Canes! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And it's a really nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator, because you just had an explosive run getting you down close to the goal line. I think everybody on defense was expecting them to just turn around and hand it off again. Not the case. Now you go pass. Really nice catching the defense off guard, and they get the touchdown. Bang, bang, 2 plays, 6 points on the board.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in, because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score, and score pretty dang quickly.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Kentucky.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. To the air, it's Callaway. Here's a heat. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer? When it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception.
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Here we go. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Dances away to buy time. To the end zone, and is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Wide open downfield. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Back to throw, it's Callaway. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete to the left. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that 1st down. Wants to throw again. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Keeps looking downfield. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
Oh, the receiver is going to hate watching film and watching that play back because that was a touchdown, and he dropped it.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Throws to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Off play action. This time he's got it. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Kings have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to sling it on 2nd down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it! Touchdown, Hurricane! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Michigan is just getting blown off the field right now. And we've been watching big games in the Big House forever, and I've personally never seen anything like this. They're trailing by 38 to Iowa State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to pass. It's Callaway. Rush is on him. He's going to run it. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Throwing right. Makes a connection. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Pressure coming. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Turning it on. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So 1st down, we'll open up the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure in his face and he lets it fly. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Callaway. Here's the pressure. Got his man. Well, that toe tap catch had a little style, but not much substance on that.
No, the defense did a good job, too, using the sideline to their advantage. Using the sideline as a 12th man. There was nowhere for that receiver to go except get 1 foot down and get out.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw again. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Spits it out to the back. Complete out of the backfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, he comes up with a huge 1st down.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, he makes the catch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the Wildcats have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Callaway. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw in that touchdown pass.
And the point after is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Miami 45, Kentucky 24.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Running back searching for a hole. Makes him talk to the hand. Gets away from one. He's got space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar.
Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And he's forced out of bounds and missed his opportunity to get rid of the football. A huge loss forced on the play.
And you really need your quarterbacks, man, to understand, like, to stay on schedule. And we can't take those big losses, right? So once I start to scramble around and I'm trying to buy time or I'm trying to make a big play, like, give it up. Get north-south.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Miami. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make a stop.
Looking downfield, it's Callaway. Out of the backfield, he's open. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's space, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Quickly complete. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten them in zone. You might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside. And see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
Now, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Makes the grab, ready for the first down. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had...
Unleashes one deep. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over.